Huh?
Yo.
Yeah.
Testes.
Testes, 1 2.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Mic check 1 2 1 2. I can definitely hear you.
Hello, world.
Is there anybody out there?
Anybody
My name is Timmy O'Toole. I'm stuck in a well.
We haven't been here in a while. Is anybody home?
Who's that guy? What's your name?
Where you been, man?
I think I remember you.
Man.
I was in a cave for a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I was in a different cave, but I was in a cave with you.
They said it was so easy a caveman can do it. They lied to us.
Oh, man.
They definitely set us up.
Yes, sir. Friday night, Kennel Talk. We back at it.
You already know what it is. Friday night edition. We live.
Finish the season.
You know what I'm saying? Late night.
Late
Well,
night.
it ain't late night for some of y'all youngins, but for us old folks, it's late night.
It's late night. So
once it hit 9 o'clock, that's late night.
Hopefully y'all ain't in bed already.
Remember when midnight and 2 o'clock used to be late night? Man. Not so much anymore.
Man.
40 hit different. Oh, God.
All right. But what we got going on tonight?
We got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot has changed in the last couple of weeks since we've been here. There's been a lot of turnover in Cleveland.
Yeah, they made some moves quick.
They definitely shuffled the deck when it comes to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about who are the key pieces to this Cleveland Browns team.
Okay.
This is looking like a perennial playoff team. Like they can be in the mix every year, but who are the key pieces that we have to keep that we can't afford to lose? Because unfortunately, the one bad thing about when you have a good team is that sometimes you have to lose good players in order to keep the team together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now we're going to start dealing with that side. We're not used to that. We're going to start dealing with that side, losing Pro Bowl players that you can't retain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And having to draft younger players to take their spot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna come down to some contracts being remade,
shuffled around.
Yeah,
Andrew Berry's gonna have to work his wrist.
Yeah.
And
did they re-sign him? What'd they do with him?
I think he'd better get an extension.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he don't get an extension, something's wrong.
Yeah,
Then we like losing or something because he turned this team around in a short 4 years, very, very fast.
It's actually nice to see the actual head coach and
a GM that actually get along.
Yeah.
It wasn't a forced marriage like all the other GMs and coaches been. We hired this guy. They've never really worked with each other. Don't really know each other. But now you guys work together. Here you go, shake hands.
It's seeming to work.
Yeah,
you know, from
it's not
what
forced.
We can see,
yeah,
from what we can see,
they haven't had one spat or rift like argument or anything with each other, public outbreak or you know what I mean.
I feel like the only thing
in
that
5
happened
years
was that Watson thing before that Baltimore game. I feel like that was the only thing that actually
and they still kept it pretty cool with each other. No matter if they both had differences of opinions when it came to it, they didn't express that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, we got a lot of football to talk. Even though the Browns aren't active anymore, we still got some very, very good games left. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good week last week of football. We're going to definitely discuss that. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm all into the playoffs. The playoffs are super hype, but it was a little different when our team got in, then we got eliminated. And I was like,
so quickly.
I feel like Scrooge.
Yeah.
I'm like, bah, humbug. But I'm still super interested. I'm not going to lie.
See Dallas lose first round.
At least a few teams went with us in the first round. Pittsburgh went with us. Dallas went with us. You know what I'm saying?
After that, I could watch football again. But until that happened, I didn't.
There was definitely a couple key franchises that got their walking papers early this year.
Yeah, and we was one of them.
And like I said, we wasn't even supposed to be able to get in the dance. You know what I'm saying? We was the ugly girl that snuck into the dance. You know what I'm saying?
We had no business there.
Yeah.
And we didn't get danced with. And
come on, we was the freshmen at the senior prom. You know what I mean? Yeah, we wasn't ready yet, you know what I mean? We was a year or two ahead of a schedule, so it's actually something to be excited about, you know what I'm saying? Even though it don't look like it at this moment, you know what I'm saying? It felt like a funeral that first week.
So you're saying that actually when we say next year, it's actually going to mean something?
Next year actually means something. We've been saying next year for fucking since we came back in 99 and since before that, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say before that because we were fired before that. We had Belichick, we were picked to win the Super Bowl that year. We went to AFC Championship. But since 99, since we came back, and just think about it when we say 99.
That's a long time.
We're in our 40s, so when we say 99, that's just 99. But when you think about it, you're like, damn.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That's 25 years ago.
It's been a long.
It's 2024. You know
how many
what I'm saying?
quarterbacks? 30.
Probably about 60.
No, for real. About
we
30
played
though.
4 this year. Well, no, we played 5 this year because remember, Buddy started the last game of the season. That's already 5 right there. In 1 year, you feel me? So think about over the course of 25 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I did enjoy the season though. The season,
beautiful season. I can't complain.
It gave me a few more grays in my beard.
At first, when I thought about it felt like I was trying to put a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. You feel me?
Right.
But then once you sat back and reflect, you're like, this was a hell of a season, a hell of a ride. It was like riding the Millennium Force or something at Cedar Point. It had a lot of ups and downs, but it was exciting as hell. We won a lot of games. Remember, there was back-to-back seasons where we won 1 game in 2 years. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
Think about all the thrilling wins we watched this year.
We watched
PJ Walker take down the Niners. You know what I'm saying?
So it was exciting.
We watched DTR get wins. You know,
like I said, it felt like a toxic relationship.
Watson went undefeated before he got hurt. He didn't lose 1 game this year. You feel me? People can say what they want about his stats, whatever. He didn't lose a game this year. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That'll be another subject we can tap into.
Yeah, definitely going to be another subject. There's going to be a lot to talk about when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback situation in Cleveland.
Right. Okay.
Definitely a lot to discuss.
Talk about the playoffs.
And in typical Cleveland fashion, you know what I'm saying? You see, I ordered my flock around and find out t-shirt, but I flucked around and find out because there was a bad storm in Ohio that day. So my shirt was supposed to come Saturday, the morning of the game, but it got delayed to the next morning. So I didn't get this shirt till Sunday, the day after we lost. That's why I said that was already the bad juju right there.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah, we definitely fucked around and found out.
He showed up like I thought, man.
Come on,
I called it out.
But look, you called it out on our last episode, and John Doe said don't bring that up. But I'm like, and remember the analogy I used? I compared it to a boxer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We've all seen great boxers that excellent, their whole career look beautiful, and then one fight just seemed like they got old overnight. You know, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like it seemed like all their skills just diminished, and you're like, and remember we said it could happen.
It could happen.
Doe said don't mention that, don't bring that up. We don't wish that karma on me, Ricky Bobby. You feel me? But we knew it was a reality. Yeah. That's the only reason we touched on that subject, because we knew it could happen.
And it did.
And that's exactly what happened.
It wasn't so bad. I just felt like he was trying to force it towards the end. Like,
It was so bad.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Back to back pick sixes.
Yeah.
You don't even see that in high school.
Man, that was sickening.
I'm talking about back to back.
The first one made me sick to my stomach. The second one, I walked out.
The second one the first one made my stomach turn. The second one put knots in my stomach.
Yeah, I was like,
man. And it was like a train wreck. It was like you can't look away. I wanted to turn it off and watch something else.
He said, "Hold on, we got a comment. Here we go."
Miles Garrett called it. Man, what's good with it, Sharice?
Man,
hey, Doe ain't here, but we gonna keep it alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on.
Come on, you already know what the fuck going on. Pause up. Big pause action.
But yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about is Miles Garrett. Garrett. What matter of fact, let's just talk about that real quick.
Let's talk about Miles. Yeah,
since he brought it up,
I'm always wanting to talk about Miles.
Okay, they got him in for what? Defensive Player of the Year.
He at this point it's looking like he's a shoo-in. He won the PWFA Defensive Player of the Year. So they usually go hand in hand, the award. So it's looking like he's a shoo-in.
Does he deserve it?
Does he deserve it?
Me, I'm going to say right off the bat, no.
You're going to say no?
No.
I'm going to say if you just base it on stats alone, then no, he doesn't deserve it. But if you base it on the impact that a player has on his team, then I think he deserves it. Because there was a stretch of like 3 games where he played where he could barely even lift his arm up and still barely missed any snaps.
I'm 50-50 with him too, man. But I'm thinking we better get rid of him when we can actually get something.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, man. We signed a trade, man. Listen. Okay,
we already don't even have Zadarius under contract. We got Obo under contract.
So far, like the last 3 years, Miles Garrett hasn't finished the season.
Teetered off he finished the season this year. He just didn't finish strong.
He didn't. He got 1 sack in 7 games.
He was a shell of himself.
That playoff game that we need Miles Garrett to show up.
We didn't get 1 sack from anybody that game.
No, Miles Garrett that
he's got to get. If anybody gets one, he's got to get
one.
The
Miles Garrett we needed to show up to the game
did not show up. He was still in Cleveland.
He didn't get out of bed.
I think that was an AI or something out there. Like he was still back in Cleveland. He never even went to Hopkins International.
And then when the starting tackle goes, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, now it's time to eat. Let's go.
Yeah, like once Tunzel went down for a little bit, I figured Miles was going to eat up whoever came in, and it looked pretty much the same.
And in reality,
it was like he was stuck in cement or quicksand or something.
That was the last 6 games.
Like he was running in cement or quicksand or something.
Like and the worst part about it, the penalties,
the offsides.
The offsides does not make up
for the sacks.
Yeah, like because he's the leader of offsides in the NFL for the last
2 years
2
in a row.
years.
Yeah.
So I feel like them 13 sacks he got this year
are negated by the offsides.
Yeah. Because and then he didn't finish the season off strong.
When it comes to him with the offsides and sacks, it's like you got to take the good with the bad. But the offsides were starting to become overwhelming. They're putting the defense in messed up predicaments. You know what I'm saying? You're going from third and 7s to 3rd and 2s.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
3rd
and 4 to first down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it started to become.
I don't want to get rid of Miles. I want to sign Miles to a new contract. To be honest,
really,
I want him to be a Cleveland Brown for the rest of his career. Could he have finished the season stronger and better? Of course.
Right.
Did the injury affect him? I don't think it affected him that much. I think he just tired out some.
I think the injury that he got in that car accident is bigger.
It took a lot out of him.
Man, it's 2 years in a row.
Because it seemed like the last 2 years he teetered off. Yeah,
it's
toward the end of the year.
Shoulder that he got in the car accident. And I feel like it starts to mess with him at the end of the year when he's getting physical.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to let everyone know how much he was actually affected by the accident.
Hopefully he gets surgery.
But when you're going that fast and you flip a car,
hear you. Lift up your mic.
My fault. When you're going that fast and you flip a car, it's definitely gonna have an impact on your whole body.
I love him to death. Like he played a hell of a first half of the season, but when we needed him, he didn't show up.
But when we need a lot of the players, they didn't show up.
Yeah, but he's the one that needs to
He's the leader, yeah.
He's the one.
So, like the quarterback, everything falls on him because he, like you said, he is the leader of the defense, the number 1 defense. And that's one of the other reasons I think that he should win the Defensive Player of the Year. Anytime you're the best player on the number 1 defense in the NFL, you almost should be a shoo-in. You know what I'm saying?
He said that needs during the offseason with surgery. I hope he gets surgery
because he never got surgery for it. Didn't he just let it heal on its own?
Yeah.
When he got in that car wreck, he missed a week or two. He never had surgery because he only missed a game or 2. So I mean, maybe that's something they need to look into because, like you said, this 2 years in a row they had the same incident with that same shoulder, and But I'm a big Miles supporter, but I am definitely disappointed with the way he finished the season.
Yeah, like I said, I love the dude, man.
Like I said,
love
I'd
him.
be delusional if I said I was excited with the way he finished the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He came in
He did not record one stat
like a lion and went out like a lamb. You know what I'm saying?
Man, an 8 lamb, 8 by a lion.
A llama, a lamsky.
So
Yeah.
who do you think should win that defense then? You think Myles Garrett?
If not Miles, I'll give it to T.J. Watt.
Yeah, I like Watt. I like Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby should finish top 5, top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not his time yet, but Crosby's there.
Yeah, not a lot of healing right being heard. Yeah.
Yeah, he just jumped right back into it. He took a week or 2 off and just jumped right back into it. No surgery, no anything. And I know he got all the muscles and all that, but he's still human. You feel me?
Yeah.
Car accidents break down bones and flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Especially as a defensive end that uses that move that he does, you got to have that leverage with that shoulder and that arm.
When you think about it, a running back and a receiver, they really only get hit like when they have the ball. The running back, when they do play action, they start to pick up blitzes. The receivers, they run block, but the offensive line and defensive line, they bang on every play. Every play, there's contact. They're hitting on every play.
He's trying to move 300-pound men plus
2 to 3.
Yeah, plus trying to get off the ball. You know, like
and get to the quarterback.
All on that shoulder.
Yeah.
Because if you think about
keep outside, inside, contain, stay in your lane.
His 3-point arm is that same arm.
All that he digs down with?
If I'm not sure, I feel like that's the same arm he digs down with because the way he comes up underneath, it's like the uppercut he uses and swims under.
I think the defense as a whole let us down. You know what I'm saying? You have the number 1 defense in the NFL, and you let a rookie come in and just look like Joe Montana and just shred you apart.
That game, and then
Newsom
looked suspect.
Newsom and
he looks suspect.
And
Zesty looks suspect.
And the rookie safety from Ohio State.
They look lost.
They got picked on the whole game. C.J. Stroud went to college with him. They both came out in the draft. Obviously, C.J. was number 2 pick in the draft. Buddy went undrafted. But, they had a lot of practices together, and he knew his weaknesses, and he picked them apart the whole game. It was embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, it looked like an old Cleveland Brown football game. And we picked the worst game of the season to have it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if we would have had one of those games during the season, no big deal. You can brush it off and play next week. But this was for everything.
I expected so much more.
Yeah. But, this was for everything, you know what I'm saying?
And then, so hopefully we actually can say next year when people say.
I'm actually excited when I say next year this time. I'm a Browns fan, so I'm always saying next year. I'm always going to be hopeful, but I actually really feel it in my soul that we're right there. We're this close, you feel me?
Yeah.
And like I said, when Watson comes back, we don't need Watson to throw for 500 yards again. We showed that this year. It was good when Flacco was having his 300-yard games, but we were winning even when PJ was throwing for 150, you feel me? This team's set up to win.
He said, yes, how the hell did the number 1 defense look bad in playoff? Yeah, they did not look like the number 1 defense.
I don't know if the stats were skewed this year, but they definitely didn't look like the number 1 defense.
The Texans sat down from the first game and studied film for 2 weeks straight.
Like the first game was a scout game. They threw Case Keenum out there and threw the other quarterback out there just to see what we had.
They knew how to adjust to our offense and our defense.
Yeah,
they knew how to spread.
They were bracketing Njoku. They were rolling the safety over to Cooper.
And they knew how aggressive.
And they already knew we couldn't run the ball.
You see how they anticipated that aggressiveness. And then for them to use it against us on defense.
Well, they already knew that we couldn't run the ball, and they already knew that we wouldn't run the ball.
Right, yeah.
So now they're just locking in on Flacco at this point. You feel me?
Yeah.
They weren't playing the run at all. They were playing pass rush the whole game. They're just pinning their ears back and getting after them. They knew. Well, what did we run? 12 runs that game, 13 carries or something. Mm-hmm. They knew we weren't going to run the ball, so they sat back and they sat on his passes.
That's another disappointment. Jerome Ford, I'm disappointed in.
Houston's the number 1 run D.
Yeah,
the only person to run crazy on this year was Lamar.
I was disappointed in Ford's performance.
I was disappointed in literally the whole team.
Yeah. So how y'all feel about the coaches they fired? Yeah, I was about to say, let's get into the coaches.
Okay, and for those who don't know, there's been a lot of coaching change in Cleveland. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt has been let go. Tight ends coach has been let go. And long stayed running backs coach Stump Mitchell was also let go. He's a fan favorite in Cleveland. Stump's been around through like 4 or 5 coaching changes. He's been a mainstay. You feel me? And I'm trying to think who else was let go.
You said the tight ends.
Tight ends
right?
coach. Okay, yeah. And so
an offense coordinator. Yep.
And Alex Van Pelt, offensive coordinator. So that's 3 offensive coaches that were let go in a season where we had to use 5 different quarterbacks and still won 11 games and made it to the playoffs. So what is your opinion on firing 3 offensive coaches in a season to where we shouldn't have had any form of an offense?
All right.
You play with 4 or 5 quarterbacks.
First off, it wasn't our offense. It was strictly defense.
Defense.
It was.
When Flacco came in and caught fire, it just made it look better.
It just made it look better. But if you think about it, he still threw picks during those games.
Every game, 1-2.
You know, and there was still close
and
games.
The defense kept grinding it out for him.
So I feel like Kevin Stefanski might be getting some new people in, younger folks to run his style offense.
They already brought in Deuce Staley to replace Stump Mitchell. Deuce Staley, for everyone that knows, used to be a running back in the NFL for the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I like that.
I love Deuce as a player when he used to play. I like the way he ran the ball. I love the style of running the ball. I don't know much about him as a coach. You feel me? But he's replacing Stump, like I said, who was a huge fan favorite. So we're gonna expect the best out of him.
They fired the wrong coaches. That I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
We'll find out. I mean, what is the offense coordinator really doing though there?
He doesn't call the plays in Cleveland.
Yeah,
so I'm saying, does he plan on letting the next guy call the plays?
I feel like he's going to groom him.
Because they're saying that one of the best assets of Stefanski is his play calling ability.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to get somebody young
that he can groom.
And they can put stuff together.
Because Van Pelt's probably to the point where he's like, I'm ready to call players. I'm ready to go somewhere else. Almost. You feel me?
Right.
How long can you sit behind Stefanski and not be able to call the plays?
I couldn't do that job. I'm an offense coordinator. You're not gonna let me call the plays. What am I doing?
I can do
here?
the game plan every week, but I can't call the plays.
And then they don't even do the game plan. Kevin just ends up calling his own plays.
Yeah, he's just Kevin's buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope Schwartz don't go nowhere.
That's the one person that. I mean, it sucks that we lost the way we lost, but I'm hoping that performance makes every team like, maybe we don't want Jim as the head coach.
You seen Myles Garrett say that they did not make any adjustments on defense coming to coaching wise. So who was that then? Would that be Schwartz?
Jim panicked in a big game is what it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, he did that with the Lions.
Because when you get to halftime and Stroud's already got fucking 300 yards and 2-3 touchdowns, something has to change. You feel me?
Yeah, like nothing changed. Like the aggressiveness.
Only thing that changed was the scoreboard for Houston.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that kept changing. Yeah. Was the scoreboard for Houston every time they lit that motherfucker up scoring on us.
So hopefully they bring in more young, because it seems like the young crowd.
It seems like they're going younger. Stump's out. Obviously, Stump's an older gentleman. They bring in Deuce. Deuce used to play in the league. He's way younger.
I like to see that. I like to see
the tight ends coach. I think they actually brought in the tight ends coach. They did already make a hire. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember his name, but he was actually the offensive play caller, offensive coordinator for Alabama this year. Because Nick Saban retired, so obviously all his players and recruits left. But so did his staff because he got fired. So he was their offensive coordinator this year for Alabama. That's who our tight ends coach is going to be. And
because they moved quick, the season.
And the offensive coordinator, they're saying that it's tied to I can't remember his name, but a gentleman out of Seattle.
So what do you think the reason why they haven't given his extension yet?
Stefanski?
Yeah. Or even Barry. Like what's going on there?
Oh, they're gonna go ahead and knock both of them out right now. Probably
you think they would have done that
around Super Bowl time.
You think they would have locked that up?
Yeah,
there'll be a line of people to get Kevin.
They're gonna be long extensions, so it's gonna take a little bit.
I feel like Kevin go quick.
Yeah. But I think their extensions are gonna be long, like you're here in Cleveland for the long haul type.
They probably got messed with Homeboy's contract. Like I said, they're in a dilemma when it comes to
cap space.
Yeah, like how they're going to do it, because everybody's not going to get paid now because of their cap space with their Watson contract.
Well, the one good thing about Andrew Berry is he's good at moving money around. You know what I'm saying? The way he structures his contracts. So I got faith that they'll still be all right.
But that's what he's been doing, though. He's been moving
and shuffling.
But that's going to come back, though.
A few people are going to have to take cuts. You know what I'm saying?
You can only push so much stuff back before it comes back in full
A
pay.
few players, if you really are trying to win a championship, a few people are going to have to take pay cuts, which, remember, 4 players already took this year. Even Watson took one.
You still got to pay Chubb.
Yeah.
Chubb's contract's up, right?
I think he's got 1 year left on it.
They're going to have to pay him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So players are going to have to step up. Like, hey, if I think we're this close and I think we can win one, I'm willing to take just a little less money, you know what I'm saying? And so can get his so we can all be here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign of a great team. Tom Brady took a pay cut like 10 years in a row. You feel me? Just so he can keep certain players around so they can keep competing at a high level.
They want to pay that quarterback. That's not shit. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if they can fix his contract, if he's really a team player, he's going to do his contract.
He ain't going to give up too much of that guaranteed money.
Yeah, probably not. You know, it's just the way of life is now.
Because you got to think about, even he is thinking in the back of his head, maybe I don't have it anymore. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what
so
I'm
if you
saying.
don't, you definitely don't want to give any of that guaranteed back.
Right.
You feel me?
He's still going to get paid out there. We're going to get screwed.
But like I said, even though he didn't light it up statistically, he went undefeated this year for us before he got hurt.
Still, it's not enough for what we.
The last image I had of him was him going 14 for 14 in the second half against Baltimore. Against Baltimore, a team that's still competing for the Super Bowl right now.
But still, it's not enough. He says 2 seasons that he didn't play, and we were playing with him at that much. Yeah, exactly.
But like Andrew Berry said when we signed him, we was looking at a 10-year plan, so we still got a lot left on the back end of this. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't even show promise of 10 years though right now. He can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? There's not even. I don't feel like we have the.
You got to look at the NFL. Half of the starting quarterbacks got knocked out this year.
Then let's go into our next topic of the core pieces.
Who are the core pieces of this team that you can't afford to lose?
Well, let's go straight into this.
Let's go offense.
Who's going to be our insurance? Are we going to keep Flacco? Do we keep Flacco? Do we?
They already said that they're willing to bring Flacco back.
I hope so.
As a backup.
Yeah.
And which I wouldn't mind, because I know, if anything happened to Watson, he can come in a pinch.
And plus, I feel like
I want Flacco to try to start 17 games next year? No.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. But I'm just saying it would be good for a role model base and for him to
He's
coach.
good for the room, the team, everything, the city.
Yeah, they would be dumb to let him go because I feel like he has had a big impact.
Yeah. You want a good veteran backup. The NFL's getting away from good veteran backups. People are always going with the cheaper young options.
Keep him awake on the sidelines.
If Joe ain't playing, Joe going to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can keep Sleepy Joe up.
Yeah, if Deshaun get hurt, they're going to have to wake him up and let him know.
We got to wake him up like, hey, we at least need you over here coaching. Coach the boys up, man.
But what's crazy with the NFL when it comes to backup quarterbacks, you remember when we were growing up, a lot of teams had 2-3 good veteran backups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all is veteran
and now the NFL, they're only running 2 quarterbacks, you feel me? But now they're giving them that third one.
Pay that money.
They're giving them that third one now with that new exception this year because everyone's getting all the quarterbacks kept getting hurt. But now they're just going with that cheap backup that no one's ever heard of and just praying the starter doesn't get hurt. Yeah. So now when your starter goes down, you're thrusting a guy out there that's never started an NFL game. Nobody knows who he is, all because you didn't want to pay a couple extra million to get a good veteran backup.
He said, look what happens to the ones we let besides Baker. They're doing different teams and showing out.
I beg to differ.
Who?
Peoples-Jones ain't did much.
No, I didn't even hear his name.
He got the fair catch a punt last week.
Yeah, I haven't heard his name at all. But
Baker did his one too. I ain't gonna take nothing away from Baker.
But he Bakered out.
Yeah, he turned into himself when it counted most. You feel me?
He Bakered out.
He did what we did when it counted most. You know what I'm saying? But I still think he deserves a contract and deserves to be the quarterback there.
Yeah, he'll be all right there. He'll be all right. I can see him as a franchise quarterback down there. But everybody loves him. Tampa Bay loved him. The city. Everybody loved him.
Yeah, the team and the city definitely gravitated to him.
I'm not upset that we did get rid of him.
He's not the quarterback for us.
No, he's too small.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh no. He couldn't take the ball over our line.
And even Watson needs to get under center more because a lot of what we do is predicates off of
really
play action.
Big thing that I was thinking.
A lot of things that we do predicates off of play action. So you can't do a lot of play action out of the shotgun.
He don't.
Yeah.
He told Kevin he don't.
Yeah.
He's going to have to learn.
Ain't got no choice.
Because you see the way that offense runs.
The way that play action freezes everything. Come on.
If he can learn that from
Flacco,
how to run that offense like that, make that play action look
and like you said, that's another coach essentially. You feel me?
And he got the
that's like having 2 quarterback coaches.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he can actually take off too. You feel me? That dual threat.
So please bring Flacco back. Yes. Who else?
If you got to pay him $7 million, big deal.
Does Hunt
give
come
it
back?
to him. No.
Hunt don't come back?
No.
Not for that 1 or 2 yard touchdown that we need?
I mean, he got, 12 touchdowns this year?
And they're all 1 or 2 yard touchdowns.
If you bring Hunt back, it have to be Chubb, Hunt, and Ford.
No, Ford. I don't like Ford, man.
Ford, you got to think how many receiving touchdowns he had this year.
I don't care. He's too skittish.
Ford's young. It's only his third year.
I don't see it in him. I don't. I'm sorry.
As a receiving, you don't remember the Jets game, that 50-yarder before halftime? Think of all the receiving touchdowns he had this year. Yeah. Not as an every down back, but on third downs when Chubb comes out because he doesn't have the best.
Chubb comes back
when he doesn't have the best of hands. You feel me?
That's the big if. Like in all reality, we don't know if he's coming back. Like,
I don't know. I'm always believe Superman gonna come back until he don't. You feel me?
Yeah, I know. He's Batman though.
Oh yeah, I forgot Batman.
Yeah,
we're gonna always believe Batman gonna come back till he can.
Listen, Batman's not a superhero.
He's just a regular guy with some gadgets.
He got some money. You know what I'm saying? You do get
got
hurt.
A little chicken.
He gets bruised up. He gets cut. He ends up getting his back broke. You know what I'm saying? So, so I hope he comes back because I don't. Want
I got faith that he'll be back. What will he be? The Nick Chubb that leads the NFL in yards. That's who we need back. You feel me?
I don't think so at that age with another same blown out knee. Like, man, that shit.
If anybody can do it, it's him. Though.
I'm on my third surgery on just one side of the
and it's tough to get out of bed,
dude. And he got bent backwards and forwards on that knee. You know, like the first one, he went forward and over top. That first injury in
college, with Georgia.
And then this one, he straight went 90 degrees to the side.
Foot got stuck in the ground.
But, I mean, okay, so no Hunt. You went forward. All right, what about Cooper?
Cooper
got one.
This is the last year of his contract. You re-up on Cooper.
You do you?
Yeah, I re-up on Cooper.
He's 30 years old.
We haven't had a number one receiver in Cleveland.
30 years old.
Think about who's the last receiver that you could actually say was the number one receiver? Braylon Edwards, and he was only that for a year or two. Yeah. He had that one good year with Derek Anderson. When Winslow and them were all going crazy. We've never had a real number one receiver. I mean, Beckham, you know what I mean? But you know how that went when he was here.
Yeah, that was
Baker wouldn't even look his way.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story. But we've never really had that number one, that guy that you know that he can't stop. You know they can't cover. You know he's going to get open.
Who else? Any other receivers we got?
Under contract-wise?
Like free agent, I mean, coming up to...
No one's got contracts coming up.
All right, what about linemen?
Here's where we go.
Because that's tough.
Jedrick Wills is in the 5th year of his rookie contract. We picked up his 5th year option this year. Don't ask me why we did that, but we picked up his 5th year option. So his money is guaranteed this year. Mm-hmm. So that's your left tackle. On the right side, Jack Conklin went down week 1. We just gave him, a $75 million deal?
Yeah, big deal.
Probably a month or two before the injury happened. But what even happened was a good thing, but it was actually... I mean, it could actually be a bad thing now, too, because DeJuan Jones emerged as a star.
Yeah, he's a beast. I love
He's probably a future Pro Bowl right tackle. He plays most of the season. He got hurt toward the end.
Yeah.
But so now, what do you make Conklin the highest paid backup in the league? Is someone else willing to trade?
Slide him down? Like, what do you do?
After an injury like that, a season-ending injury, you miss a whole season, do you think someone else is willing to trade and pick up that contract? I don't think so. So now what do you do?
That's like I said. That's more money.
Jedrick Wills, his money is guaranteed because it was a 5th year option.
And Will, he was sketchy at first.
He started getting better right before he got hurt.
Yeah, and then he got hurt again. And I feel like that's
Browns
every
fashion.
year.
Yeah.
He got hurt every year.
And so
he played.
It's gonna be hard to. Me personally, if I could find a dance partner, I would trade Wills. I would slide Jones over to left tackle and bring Conklin back at right. Because when Conklin's playing right tackle, we're a different team.
I was thinking that
2 years ago,
Conklin, young man can play left tackle.
I think he can. 2 years ago, Conklin was first team All-American at
was
right
he a
tackle.
left tackle to begin with?
DeJuan, he's played left and right.
Okay.
Yeah, he can play.
So it could happen.
Yeah.
And what about our center?
He's played both at Ohio State.
It was
he's under contract. He just got a new contract last year.
Antonio.
The backup center Harris.
Oh yeah.
Do we bring him back? Because he's the one that we use at fullback all the time when we play our jumbo packages.
And it was nice to have a backup center, a good backup center when
and
went down.
That he was able to go back there and move good enough to play fullback and open up holes
so,
in those goal line situations.
They better bring him back.
So, and Batonio and Teller still have a few years left on their contract.
Man, they're going to have a tough time spreading that money out.
It's spreading thin. It can be done, but it's definitely spreading thin.
That's just offense. That's just offense, and that's just a few players.
Tight ends and Njoku's under contract, obviously. Harrison Bryant, I think he's This might be the last year of his
David,
contract.
I felt like had a
breakout year. He showed that
finally, but his old self showed out that game though.
Yeah, and with the drops.
Yeah. His old self.
He got the yips in that game.
I feel like it was.
He finally showed his potential though.
Yeah.
He played like a top 5 tight end this year.
So yeah, keep him around. We gotta figure it out because I feel like we're finally there.
So the core pieces on offense, I say both guards, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, David Njoku, and Deshaun Watson, and hopefully with Flacco backing him up.
Okay.
Those are the players that you have to keep.
Do we go?
Our left and right tackle, obviously, we played 4 different left tackles this year, 4 different right tackles, you feel me? I would like to have them all back and healthy, but they're not that key that, you know what I'm saying, if we lose them,
I feel like
it's
whoever
over.
did play this year better have a job next year.
They better be backups. Like that Christian that played left tackle, I've never even heard of that guy before. He needs to be the backup next year.
They keep them around.
Hudson struggled still. I know, I like him because he's from Toledo Central Catholic, you know what I'm saying? But he struggled a lot. Hudson was struggling.
Yeah.
There was nobody else, so he had to play. But Hudson was on the bubble this year, barely made the team, so he might be the odd man out. And
I like that list though.
And when it comes to defensive line, Miles is under contract. Zadarius, he's not under contract. I don't know if
you just did 1 year with him.
Yeah, I think when they got him, it was the last year of his contract, his existing contract that he had.
So they can
franchise tag him too though. You can franchise tag Zadarius, and that'll give you a year with him, but you got to pay him the top 10 DN money. So you get a 1 year contract, and they average out the top 10 defensive money.
I like him, but
when Miles slacked, that's when Zadarius picked it up, though.
Yeah.
You feel me? When Miles wasn't getting sacks those last 6-7 games, that's when Zadarius was eating, getting all his, crawling around, barking, lifting his leg up, peeing, eating out the dog bowl and shit. You feel me? That's when he was getting his 1-2 off.
Okay, yeah, he deserves it.
And so D-line, obviously Dalvin Tomlinson just signed with the team this year, so he's under contract. They got to decide what they're going to do with Jordan Elliott.
What about our linebacker, the African?
Owosu Koromoa.
Oh, Koromoa.
Breakout season.
Woo.
Pro bowler. Woo. Everywhere. Even in the game where we got embarrassed by Houston, he was the only one that kept flashing. He wanted it so bad. He was the only one that kept flashing.
He was the only one that showed up.
I'm talking about tackles in the backfield, sacks. Talking about PBUs. He was just everywhere. He was guarding receiver. At one point,
just a monster.
He guarded Nico Collins in the slot on a 3rd down and actually broke up the pass. Yeah, he was everywhere. You can tell that he really wanted it.
But we got him though, right? Under contract?
Yeah.
So
but he's going to be due for a new one here coming up soon, though.
After this season.
Yeah. So we can worry about him after this year. Then you got the likes of like Taki. Do you bring him back? You know what I'm saying? Anthony Walker was on a 1-year deal.
He's a solid player.
I like Taki as a backup.
Yeah, but he seems to be in every play.
But yeah, he and when it comes to the run, he's real good at stopping the run.
Yeah, he gets burned on the pass.
I've seen. I don't want to already start free agent rumors and this and that, but we're rumored to White, the linebacker from Tampa Bay. He's been a Pro Bowler. I think like a 4 or 5 time Pro Bowler, one of the fastest linebackers in the NFL. But his speed kept getting him in trouble because he kept over pursuing plays. You feel me?
Okay.
So this year, the second half of the season, even though he's one of the highest paid linebackers, he actually got benched for a rookie who was doing better at stuff in the run and staying in his lane with his assignments. You feel me?
Okay.
But that's who they've been linking the Browns to as like one of their big catches this year that they're going after.
I dig it. I trust him.
So linebacker, to be honest, besides Owosu Koromoa, I don't care about anybody else that stays there at linebacker. Okay. So that's the only key piece at linebacker is Owosu Koromoa.
What about Ward?
The rest can go. Secondary, let's get into the secondary now. Key pieces that you can't get rid of in the secondary. Grant Delpit, 1, because he just got a new contract this year. And plus, I love the way he played. Denzel Ward, 2. They're a different team when he's on the field. Keyword is when he's on the field. You feel me?
That's the thing. He beats himself
Number
up.
3 that you can't lose in the secondary, Martin Emerson.
Oh.
You can't lose Martin Emerson.
That boy showed out this year.
When it comes to McLeod and
did we have him all since last year?
Emerson, yeah. We drafted him. We actually, the year that I went to Vegas for my bachelor party and went to the draft, he was our first pick in the 3rd round. Because remember, we didn't have a 1st or a 2nd.
Okay.
We got him in the 3rd round of that draft.
Okay.
So you can't lose Emerson. Juan Thornhill, even though I think he had an up and down season. I still say he's a key part to the team. Now, when you get into the inside, Newsom, expendable. You feel me? The rest of the nickel corners, expendable.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah.
But Ward, Emerson, Delpit, and Juan Thornhill, those are the 4 key figures of the secondary that you can't get rid of, that have to be here for the long haul. That's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. That's because everybody else is being plugged in.
Yeah, because like I said, think about it. We were down. We weren't just down 1 safety this year. We were down 3 safeties almost most of the year. Because Thornhill missed almost half of the year. When you look at all the games he kept missing here and there, Delpit went down and McLeod went down for the season. So we were out there just playing undrafted rookies, and the defense still kept going the way it was going. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, there's definitely promise. Like I said, it's like trying to find a bright spot at a funeral. You feel me? But there's definitely promise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah,
I wish the season was already over and starting again. You feel me?
I'm excited. I can't wait for
and this excitement isn't for a top 5 draft pick. You feel me?
Right? Yeah, it's actually to get back into being contender.
You know what I mean? We're not excited because we got the number 3 pick in the draft this year.
Or Cleveland being Cleveland and go and win no games next year.
Bro, that would be so heartbreaking.
Because you remember that happened,
if we regress and win 4 or 5 games next year.
Do you remember that, though?
Yeah. Come on. When we had Derek Anderson that year.
When
we had 10 wins, and we come back the very next year and win like 3.
I think it was only 2.
Yeah. It was insane. Like, bro. I mean, where's that team that we had last year?
What happened?
You feel me?
Yeah, what happened?
We definitely don't want to regress. That's why we got to keep the core players here. Most of them already under contract. Re-signed Stefanski, re-signed Barry. And we actually got a lot of players up for awards this year. Myles Garrett is a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year, as we talked about earlier. Kevin Stefanski is a finalist for Coach of the Year. And Joe Flacco is a finalist for Comeback Player of the Year. Now, I think that might be it for the awards. Yeah, that's everybody we got up for awards.
But still, that's nice.
Come on, think about it. And we got like 8 players in the Pro Bowl. I remember there was a stretch for like 8 years where we didn't get 1 player in the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The Pro Bowl doesn't mean much, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we're going to be like, I can't wait to watch the Pro Bowl, you feel me? But it feels great to know that we have players in the Pro Bowl and players that are getting recognition for this great season that they had.
Right. Like we got Pro Bowl players on the squad.
You feel me? Like I said, you know, there was an 8-year stretch where we didn't have a Pro Bowler. You feel me?
I didn't know that.
Come on.
Even Joe Thomas?
Come on. You got to think. Joe been gone for a while.
Yeah, that's true. He's been gone.
Yeah.
You know where he's at right now?
Where?
He's across seas in Europe coaching football.
Is he?
Yeah.
He going to mess around and go find the next great left tackle over there.
I think, they're building a team or something, and he's a part of the team wherever he's at. It's either Germany. Yeah, I think it's Germany or England. I'm pretty sure it's Germany, though. They're building a team.
Shit, that's pretty dope.
They called him up, and him and his family moved out there. Because I haven't seen him. You didn't see him at the end of the year, though. You noticed that, right?
Yeah.
Like he's been gone. Because usually
he was doing everything by video calling and all that shit. Yeah. Because even like even his podcast, I was wondering what he had going on because he's got his own podcast too.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a quick break real quick of Kennel Talk. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, stalk, do all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Browns fans, hold your chin up, poke your chest out. We did our 1-2. We definitely didn't go out. We didn't end it the way we wanted to. I wish we were still playing. Come on, I told you my Flacco shirt came in the day after we lost.
Still wearing
in typical Browns fashion. This is the first time I wore this motherfucker. My beautiful wife bought it for me, so I ain't got no choice but to rock this motherfucker. She's like, "What are you gonna do with it?" I'm like, "Shit, I'm gonna wear that motherfucker."
I still wear my brown stuff.
Come on, I still got a T-shirt from when Ohio State lost the Florida Gators in the national championship. I bought the shirt, motherfucker. I still wear that bitch around the house. I ain't gonna wear it out in public.
But you know, I still rock.
But I got it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us this whole season. Even if you don't watch us live and you watch it back,
even if you tap in later, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. We appreciate y'all just rocking.
We appreciate everybody fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the love.
Out of season, we'll come back and do our last show for the Super Bowl.
Come on.
And then we'll be back next season. Next season, yeah. hopefully start it off right
Round draft time.
Yeah, well, we do like a little draft show.
Come on.
And then we come.
That draft is actually in Detroit this year, so we're going to the draft. We're going to the draft this year.
Maybe we'll do a show.
Yeah, I'm saying we had to fuck around, go up there and get got for the equipment.
No, we'll do it all on phone. We'll do it on phone.
We got to record on phone. You want to take all that good equipment to the D? It's so cold in the D.
But yeah, we'll have an episode maybe at the draft, and we'll come back during preseason, and then we'll kick off another season of Kennel Talk, the Browns 2024 season.
But even though we are not alive, there still was a lot of good football play last week.
So let's
get into these games real quick so we can tell you where we're at and what we got going on this week. You feel me?
Okay.
Last week, the Baltimore Ravens delivered a bully beatdown to the Houston Texans. They made C.J. Stroud look like a rookie quarterback the way that the Browns' number one defense should have, the way that the Browns' number one defense, we expected them to make him look.
Yeah, they did what we should have
C.J. Stroud looked like a rattled, skittish, scared, scared little kid. Yeah, go Lions, one pride. I'm behind y'all all the way. I ain't even going to hold you.
I've been rocking with
Come
Lions.
On. We in the Midwest. We deep right here in Lion country, you feel me? Yeah. So if we ain't in it, I'm fucking with the Bengals. If the Bengals ain't in it, I'm fucking with the Lions. And it ain't too often that the Lions or the Browns are in it. So usually I've been getting behind the Bengals, my wife's team. But I'm going with the Lions all the way. Yeah, do they have a tough task this week? Hell yeah. You feel me?
You gotta beat the
Can it be done though?
You gotta beat Vegas, and
you gotta beat Vegas. You gotta beat the Niners. You gotta beat the referees. It's gonna be Detroit literally against the world because nobody wants Detroit in the Super Bowl because they're not the sexy pick. You feel me?
Yeah, they don't bring the money like 49ers.
So they're gonna have to fucking play their ass off.
Go Lions though.
I'm behind them all the way.
Yeah, but go ahead and hit that game.
Come on. I'll be on 8 Mile too. After the dispensary though, I won't be up there, doing nothing else. I'll be up there with my doors locked. Yeah. No. But yeah, we definitely getting behind the Lions, you know what I'm saying? But we the Ravens, I'm talking about, they took Houston to the woodshed.
Yeah.
Houston did not score an offensive touchdown in this game. The score was 34-10, but the touchdown came from a punt return touchdown.
Man, Lamar looked.
Stroud was shook. Yeah, Lamar looked like the MVP. Let me give you some final numbers on C.J. Stroud.
I'm so jealous we don't have Lamar.
19 of 33, 175 yards. No picks, but no touchdowns either. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's how you're supposed to make a rookie quarterback look, making his first playoff appearance. Mm-hmm. Flacco had never lost a wild card game, but now he did. He passed the torch over to the young man. You feel me? Stroud looked like we expected him to look against us. Singletary, 22 yards on 9 carries. There was no resemblance of a run game. Collins had a very good season. He had a good game, 68 yards. But Lamar did Lamar-type things. When you look at the stats, 152 yards don't pop out, but 2 passing touchdowns. 11 carries, 100 yards, rushing, with 2 more rushing touchdowns. 4 total touchdowns, and over 250 yards of offense. Lamar is in his bag right now. I don't know if I can see anybody stopping Lamar. After we were eliminated, me and you both said, Josh, there's nobody that can stop Baltimore now. Yeah. Like, they're just going to go on a rampage. Yeah, nobody. And I honestly believe that. Yeah, as much as I would like for the Chiefs to pop him, Lamar's in his bag right now. And he's just going to be... Only thing that can stop Lamar is a freak injury, knock on wood, because I don't want to see him get hurt. I want to watch his greatness, you feel me?
Yeah, I want to
They're our rival, but I want to see his greatness. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I like Lamar,
I don't want to see Pittsburgh ever win a Super Bowl.
I still remember
I've already seen too many Pittsburgh Super Bowls. I don't want to see any more, but if Baltimore won it, I wouldn't be super salty.
For real, when I remember that draft when he sat there that whole...
When everybody treated him like, come on, bro.
They picked over
He
him.
was the last pick in the first round.
And then he said, no, I'm going to win them a Super Bowl.
Come on.
That's what he said.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I would be very excited for him.
He said how many rounds before he got picked?
He was the last pick in the first round. Baltimore traded back into the first round to get him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He went that whole. He had his head down.
Baker and all kinds of goobs went in front of him.
Man. Yeah, we wouldn't. Man, I hate that every time. I hate that every time we talk about
all kind of goobies went ahead of him. I promise you that. And so the Ravens shine in typical Raven fashion at home in Baltimore in front of a raucous home crowd. The game was too big for Houston. The environment was too big for Houston. Yeah, maybe that crutch of them being at home helped them lift them against the Browns, so they definitely didn't look like the same team. They looked like they stayed in Houston for that game. So the Ravens advanced to the AFC Championship. And who was their opponent? Everyone knows by now, obviously, because it's Friday. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs win a close one, 27-24 against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. There's always a few sketchy calls when you're playing against the Chiefs.
Man.
What about that pass interference that really was the ball was overthrown? It was uncatchable.
For us, that's the shit that makes you think, man.
But
like,
the flag wasn't thrown until Cincinnati's punter was on the field.
Yeah.
They were in punt formation, and all of a sudden a flag came out.
That's the shit that makes you.
I was like, oh, here it comes. I was like, oh, here it comes.
Like I said, I don't want to believe it, but sometimes it makes it too obvious.
So I don't really want to take away from the beautiful game that we got out of this.
Right.
Like I said, the Chiefs won 27-24, but there was definitely a few sketchy calls in the game. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. You know what I'm saying? As a football fan,
definitely helped that game.
As a football fan, you feel me? I feel like I'd be doing us a disservice if I didn't mention it because there was a few sketchy calls in that game. Patrick Mahomes, 17-23, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Josh Allen, 26-39, 186 yards and 1 touchdown, no picks. Josh Allen didn't have the turnovers, but he didn't have the best game throwing, but he also had 72 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So Allen gave it everything he had. He had 3 combined touchdowns. That was all the touchdowns they had.
Last pick.
Literally. It's always that last pick that'll doom you, though. It don't matter if you had 8 touchdowns. But
this is what
if you throw that last one.
Though, it's weird because you go back a few years ago before Patrick Mahomes was playing in the Super Bowl. He was playing in the championships.
Yeah, before he got over that hump.
And he was throwing those same exact picks. Rolling out and just throwing it in there.
Yeah, when he just improvising, just winging it.
Why is Josh Allen still there? Is it not his time yet? Like
I don't know. I don't know if he's got the coaching, he's got the players around him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it was there all season.
They did fire their offensive coordinator this year.
What made him throw that pass? Was he told to? Like what? Like listen, it's not our turn. You got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think he was pressing too much. I don't know, man. It doesn't add up because it does it every year. Every year.
He just might not be a big game player. Like look at players like Kirk Cousins that light it up every year. It might not never be his time though.
But like I said, Patrick Mahomes will win 1 or 2 more, and then he'll drop off like Tom Brady.
And then somebody else will take over. But it might not never be Josh Allen. He might be Jim Kelly.
Because you got Lamar Jackson coming.
He might be Jim Kelly. We might have to start calling him Josh Kelly. Because he might just not be able to get over the hump. Come on, you remember all them Super Bowls they lost in a row?
It was all the same.
And Pacheco, I think, is going to be the X factor for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? If they're to have any chance against Baltimore this week, Pacheco had 15 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Kelsey had 5 catches, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I don't know if it was Taylor Swift. I don't know if it was his brother up there drunk in the booth, shirtless, chugging beers,
he looked like a good time,
carrying little girls over to meet Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he's like, come here, let me show Taylor.
Why do you think he retired? He's ready to do that. Yeah. You feel me? He's ready to live like Gronk because they're already ready for him to come be a sportscaster. You feel me?
Oh, yeah,
you don't think that deal's already done? I don't know who's going to get him, Fox or ESPN, but somebody's getting him.
They got their
own
podcast.
Yeah. And it's one of the top podcasts. You feel me?
They're making their own.
So he ready to be himself. He like, I see how much fun Gronk has.
That. Just like they bought the Mannings.
Come on.
They're going to buy
the Manning cast.
Watch. They're going to buy the Kelceys.
Oh, for sure. So our AFC matchup is set. We got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens.
Who do you got?
It's tough to go against Mahomes in the playoffs. But this Mahomes hasn't been looking like the Mahomes of the past, you feel me? He's been doing enough to get by pretty much.
The coaches, the refs been getting Mahomes by this season.
And just enough to get by might not be enough to beat Harbaugh and Lamar. Harbaugh and Lamar have been together a long time. I know Reed and Mahomes have been together a long time, but it just might finally be their time.
Shout out to the Harbaugh brothers. Toledo,
Fuck the Harbaugh brothers.
Toledo, Ohio.
Nah, I'm fucking
championship.
With him. Hey, shout out to Jim for finally leaving Michigan and going to the Chargers. Good luck in LA. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know he played for them too. He played for both teams. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he played for the Colts too. But the Colts just got a good young coach this year.
Yeah.
I bet they wish they could have got Jim last year. They would have. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he finally left Michigan. You know what I'm saying? We beat up on him for the longest. He finally got his little funky off at the end, got his little 3 wins and got up out of there.
Lamar.
I'm going Lamar. I got to go Lamar.
I'm going Lamar.
Come on. I got to go Lamar. If I'm going to pick between Samuel Jackson and what's his name, Darlene from Roseanne, I'm going to go with Samuel.
But don't he look like Samuel, man? If you look
just like Samuel in that pic,
them pictures of him when he was younger.
Do you think Mahomes look like Darlene from Roseanne? Or do you think they're forcing us? Or can you see it?
I could see it, but he just looks like somebody from around here.
He looks like a Simpsons character. Mo from the Simpsons.
He looks like a half breed from around here, man.
He look like somebody I just bump into at the
Yeah, my
stuff.
homeboy Adam Walker used to look like that.
When you look at Mahomes, you wouldn't even think he can play ball like that.
Yeah, he got that skin complexion.
Come on.
That hair.
Come
he
on.
got the voice of a cowboy.
He got,
Kermit.
let's say, but he a country boy. He definitely got
Cowboy
that thick country
Kermit.
action. He got that country draw. But I think Lamar finally gets it over the hump. He's never took his team to a Super Bowl in a win or loss. He's never been to the Super Bowl.
Let's go
You feel me?
Baltimore
So
then.
I'm thinking Baltimore finally gets
AFC
over the hump.
North. Let's roll.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get behind Baltimore this week. You feel me?
Okay.
Like I said, I don't like to see our division rivals win Super Bowls too often, but I just think they're the better team in this game, and I think
I've
they're
been
the best team
rocking
in
with
the NFL.
Baltimore since Cleveland left, man.
Well, when we left, we had no choice. We had to cheer for somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's-
when we came back, obviously we left that bandwagon, went
Right.
back to our original
Exactly.
team. You feel me?
Exactly.
So it still kind of leaves a little place in your heart for them. So you're not mad when they
I
win
mean,
it.
I
You
ain't
feel
gonna
me?
lie. I got Baltimore.
When they
hat
win,
inside,
you still
dog.
wish it was us.
I had Baltimore slippers. I mean,
You do?
I mean, yeah. I had
You remember I used to have a Ray Lewis jersey. I had
Yeah,
a Jamal Lewis
sweaters.
jersy. Yeah.
I had rock with them because
Come on.
I had no team.
We had no team.
Yeah.
We were nomads.
Yeah.
Come on. We were literally
Yeah.
nomads. We
I
just,
mean, I had.
Come on.
I wish I still had some stuff because I could wear it right now.
Okay, so the AFC is set. We got Baltimore at the crib against the Chiefs. So let's get into this NFC action.
Okay, hit me up real quick.
We had a really close game in a game that everyone thought was going to be a rout. We had the 49ers beating the Green Bay Packers in San Francisco 24-21. In a game that Green Bay controlled this game the whole game. They had this
another
game won.
Man. That's
yeah.
another game.
This game was in the bag.
It's
All they had to
it's
do
the
was just
refs.
not fuck it up.
It's the refs, though.
Yeah,
man.
the refs made some sketchy calls in this one too.
It made it so hard to watch.
And everyone tried to drop that fake script like a week before this with the them already having Baltimore and
Yeah.
San Francisco in the Super Bowl, but it was just bad breaks.
Is it?
It was a game that was almost hard to lose.
Even that interception,
you had to do everything wrong to lose. On that interception, everyone keeps saying Jordan Love sucks. Why would you?
No,
He was just a young quarterback panicking at that
It's
situation.
I
He
feel
had
like
2 timeouts though.
I feel like it's another situation. Like, listen, son, it's not your time.
Just throw it up.
You gotta throw it. You got not this year.
You either gotta-
just trust me. You're going to be there.
You got to throw that ball
You gotta
away.
throw that.
Take the sack. Take
Yeah.
intentional grounding. Anything. You got 2 timeouts.
We can't win today.
But
I'm
at
sorry.
this moment, I'm thinking it's just a young quarterback just panicking. Like, I got to do too much. You feel me? I got to make an amazing play, and he makes a bonehead play. So obviously, Love throws a pick to seal it at the end of the game. The Packers were cruising the whole game. They were looking like a lock. You feel me? To upset the Cowboys and the 49ers back-to-back weeks, and they just crumbled at the end.
Right.
Their field goal kicker missed a chip shot field goal. It wasn't a chip shot, but it wasn't a
that
long
lost
one
the
either.
game, though.
Yeah, that's really what lost it, essentially. You feel me?
That's what
And
lost the
Just
game.
like Buffalo, their kicker missed wide right, just like in the Super Bowl. It shades of Scott Norwood. I don't know. The older people are going to remember that, Scott Norwood, when he hooked that field goal in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
But yeah, the Green Bay's kicker definitely. But see, I blame that on the general manager. You want to know why?
What's up?
Green Bay's kicker led the NFL in missed field goals this year. So why would you
Oh,
take?
yeah, I heard that,
So
yeah.
why would you take a kicker that leads the league in misses into a playoff game? So
Yeah.
now we win the first playoff game. Why would I take him into a chance to get to an NFC champ? Why would I ride my season on this guy
I
that's
would
got
be
the most
looking for
misses?
something.
You feel me?
I'll be looking for something.
His brother's a Pro Bowler, the kicker for the Vegas Raiders. He's one of the best in the league. But you can't live off your brother. Giannis can play, but Thanasis can't play. You feel me? Even though he's on the team somehow. Have you ever watched his highlight reel, Josh?
Nah, I don't
Look
watch
it up
basketball.
sometime.
I don't.
But I'm talking about this guy. He cannot play basketball at all.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
He's on the team. He's been on the team with him the
Yeah.
whole time because he needs him for it's therapeutic for him and that, you know what I mean? But he cannot play at all. He never gets in the game. They show him in warm-ups. He misses layups.
He's just that person that gets in.
But he's
because
literally on the
he
team,
is-
like a member of the team, roster spot. You feel me? That's it. You got to look it up sometime just to see
man.
just to see him in warm-ups. It's hilarious,
That'll be
Josh.
the next show where we could actually sit there
Shooting
and
the
look
ball
somebody-
over the backboard and shit. You know what I mean?
For real?
Yeah, they just gave him a spot because it's his brother, and he helped him get acclimated in the United States. He I'll stay here if y'all let my brother be on the team
Right.
type shit. You feel
Okay,
me?
bring him
Fuck it,
along.
you want us a championship?
Get him a house.
New contract, yeah.
Get him a
you on the
car.
team too, buddy. You ain't gonna make
Get
that
him a
much with
job.
you here.
Find him a job.
Yeah, you feel me?
Just put the jersey
He like,
on
shit, I
him.
got 8 more brothers.
Right,
We ain't
yeah.
got that many roster
Yeah,
spots, Giannis.
listen,
Yeah, come on.
We can put him in the stadium. We can make him, some janitors.
Can he sell beer?
yeah,
Come on.
right.
Throw peanuts to the third row.
Yeah, they'll find something because he is a beast. But
Yeah.
okay, let's get to the game.
And so San Francisco wins a heartbreaker for Green Bay, but a thriller for San Francisco fans. I know they thought they were cooked. They were already thinking their season was over. They come back in dramatic fashion.
So much shit. Man.
Who, Green Bay fans?
No, 49er fans.
49er fans? I mean, they should talk a little shit, you feel me? It's been a long time since their reign, you feel me?
Not really, man. They're in it. They've been in it for a while.
They haven't won it, though. They lost the Super Bowl to Baltimore when they had Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They're always, but think about the last time
it.
they actually hoisted it, though.
Nah,
Joe Montana, Steve Young.
No, man. Their defense has been defense.
They've been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about they want to get over the hump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They still got to get over the hump.
It's been Super Bowl or bust for San Francisco for about 3 years
and
now.
if Detroit gets that, busts that hump, man.
You see that meme they had Eminem and 8 Mile. Remember when they was riding in that hoopty? They said this is the Detroit guy from the Detroit Lions pulling up to the Super Bowl.
No, they said pulling up to where are they playing at?
Oh, not the Super Bowl, fucking San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so Jordan Love, he just has a brain fart. There's no other way to put it. He's a young quarterback. He was put in a tough situation. He needed to come back to win. There was under a minute to go, but he had 2 timeouts. He's got to make better decisions in the future. But I still think he's going to be a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He had a hell of a season.
Quarterback though.
I mean, he sat for 3-4 years.
Yeah, but that's the way the system was.
Yeah. That's how
you can't say
how it was when we were kids, though.
Yeah, but
you didn't just get drafted and play football.
You can't say that was a rookie mistake that he made right there.
Because he has been there 3-4 years.
Yeah, because
he should know better.
He knows he's been taught the old school.
And he's been behind. But Rodgers would have thrown the same pass. So think about who he was watching.
Rodgers would have made something happen there.
But he would have completed it though.
Yeah,
but he would have took that chance too. Yeah, he'd have took that chance too. But he would have completed it.
I feel like we'll find out. We'll see.
And so Green Bay has a total meltdown. No pack, no. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cheeseheads around here. We ain't heard from them all week. They've been kind of silent. The Niners definitely came back and graded their ass up. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. Come join us. We can have a beer and watch these games together. You feel me?
Right.
Don't feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
That time of
shit happens. Only one motherfucker gonna win this when it's all said and done. You feel me?
We're all friends again.
When your team gets eliminated, everybody makes fun of your team. You feel me? Everybody made fun of us when Steelers got eliminated. We made fun of them. Dallas got But when it boils down to only one team's gonna win this out of 32.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
There's not gonna be 2 champions at the end of the year. There's going to be one happy team and 31 pissed off teams thinking about what can we do to get better. You feel me? And so we go to the next game. This next game actually brought a little joy to me, even though my team wasn't in the playoffs. The Detroit Lions at home.
Yeah.
At home in Detroit.
They were rocking.
In the D.
They was rocking.
Beat the Tampa Bay Baker Mayfields, the Baconeers, 31-23.
They was rocking.
Oh, that crowd was electric.
That looked fun.
Electric. That's the type of environment we should have been playing in this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously,
if I had a jersey and I could have went to the game, I would have.
If we were in any other division this year, we would have won our division and been playing in Cleveland. You feel me?
Yeah.
But Baltimore had a hell of a season. You know what I'm saying? So we had to go on the road. So it is what it is. But Baker played a good game. He showed why I think Tampa Bay should give him at least a 3-year deal. I think he should be their starting quarterback. You feel me? Yeah. What do? Draft somebody and hope they can play? He already showed you that he's a viable option. You know what I'm saying? But they're probably going to be losing Mike Evans. That's for a different show. But either way, they played pretty tough, Josh.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I talked a lot of trash about Baker this year, but he showed a lot of heart. But when the game was on the line, he turned into Baker. When they really needed it. And see, this new age football, I don't get the whole analytics. For one, they were down 14 points, right? They scored a touchdown with 2-3 minutes to go, and they go for 2.
Yeah.
Why not just kick the extra point? If I'm going to go for 2, it's going to be on the second touchdown when I'm trying to win this thing. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So now you don't get the 2. Now you're down 8. So even if you do score a touchdown, now you got to go for 2 just to force overtime. You feel me? So I don't like how new coaches do that. But either way, tomato. But so they go for 2. They're down 8. They actually get a stop and get the ball back.
Yeah.
And what does Baker do? He Bakers. He throws a pick right to the defender. He throws a pick right to the defender.
I remember that feeling.
He stares down his target.
Too.
Yeah, he stared down his target.
I was like, this is where Baker throws interception. And he literally throws interception.
He stared down his target and threw it right there. They read him. The linebacker was shading him underneath. Game over. The Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are in the NFC Championship game.
Let's go.
That don't even sound right, does it?
Midwest.
Yeah, we got. Come on. Like you said, we live an hour and 15 minutes from Cleveland, but we also live an hour and a half from Detroit. You feel me? We smack dab in the middle. So we definitely gonna show them boys some love. You feel me? I will never get behind a Wolverine, but I'm gonna get behind a lion. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can do they 1-2 in Cali this week, but it's definitely gonna be a tough task. Brock Purdy's been in his bag. Christian McCaffrey's been on demon time. I personally think McCaffrey might have 3 touchdowns this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying the Lions win, but it's gonna be a tough task.
Yeah, they got a lot.
Kittles is in his bag right now. Debo's playing tough, even though Debo missed most of the last game. I hope he can play this week. If he can't, that's gonna be a better
who plays
chance for the
tomorrow?
Lions. Actually, let me look it up so I can talk that talk properly. I don't want to yell it out wrong. No, both Sunday.
Oh, they're both Sunday now?
We got Chiefs, Ravens 3, and then we got Lions, Niners at 6:30. Okay. It's a Sunday affair. We back to real football, baby.
Yeah.
Ain't no Saturday shit.
Yeah.
This ain't no middle of the mall shit. This the real deal.
Yes.
The Final Four.
Yeah.
Let's announce it again. The Baltimore Ravens at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Detroit Lions on the road in San Francisco against the San Francisco 49ers. Who had this picked as their Final Four when the season started? Not too many people. I guarantee it.
I had Cleveland.
I can see the Chiefs in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
I picked Cleveland.
I can even see San Francisco. But who had Detroit in here?
I picked Cleveland.
Who in
Detroit.
the hell left the gate open?
I picked Cleveland, Detroit. So,
but Detroit like that. They gonna get in the building somehow, some way. You feel me?
Yeah. But I picked them though. I said Cleveland, Detroit.
You had the Cleveland, Detroit at the beginning. Well, you might have one of them right. You feel me?
Let's hope so. Cause I rock with them.
So we got some exciting matchups set. You know what I'm saying? None of them featuring the Browns, but it's gonna be some exciting playoff football. I ain't gonna lie. This has been an exciting NFL season.
Yeah,
for real.
It was a good season.
I mean, a lot of starting NFL quarterbacks went down this year. Over 10 and starting quarterbacks went down. We've seen a lot of backups. So
it was over 60 quarterbacks the NFL had.
A lot of people had to dig deep this year. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you could either fold or you can fight. You feel me? The Jets, they lose Aaron Rodgers, they fall apart, they fold. Yeah. We played 5 quarterbacks and just kept winning, kept winning, kept playing.
That at least shows
your coach.
Yeah, that shows that we have potential.
Yeah.
That shows that we can say we got next year.
Yeah.
Wait till next year.
Stefanski, I think, even though he lost to D'Amico Ryans in the playoffs, he still beat him in the regular season too. So they went 1-1 against each other. Obviously, the playoff one counts more, but I still think Stefanski wins Coach of the Year. You know what I'm saying? So. I think they get the offensive staff together, and I think they everyone gets healthy. They bring in a few more key veterans. They use a few draft picks to plug in. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Barry hasn't been missing. Like I said, they got Emerson in the 3rd round, Josh. Yeah. Remember, we haven't been having 1st and 2nd round picks, and they're still pulling gems. You feel me? So imagine after this year when our picks do kick back in. You feel me? He's plucking gems right now.
Let's hope.
Come on. There's a lot of hope. That's all we can do right now at this point is hope.
Yeah, but we still appreciate everybody though rocking with us.
Come on.
We will try to come back one more time.
Like I said, hold your head up. Yeah. Poke your chest out. Shit, we did that shit this year. You hear me? Them 11 wins, we did that.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Be proud of that.
Only one loss in Cleveland all year. We did that.
We're not going to be the butt end of the joke this season.
At all. Of nobody's joke. Nope. You feel me? Nobody wants to play Cleveland.
Nope.
Come on. So, we went from being the butt of the joke to motherfuckers like, damn, I really don't want to play them. Okay. Come on.
Yeah, we'll come back on next Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday we have to. We're going, like I said, we're going to finish out the season with you guys.
What? Hold on. Let me see what date next Friday is. Hold on.
Yeah, let me know. You know, where we can work around anything. I just want to at least finish out the season for everybody.
Weekend Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna be leaving for vacation for my birthday.
Okay. So we'll rock it before you go.
But we can get a Thursday one in before because I'm gonna be leaving Friday.
Okay. All right. So we'll get back to everybody. We appreciate everybody.
I'm gonna be down there a week before the bowl.
And whatchamacallit? Yeah, or is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just missing out. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there a week before the Super Bowl.
Damn, you might as well just stay.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot more expensive the next week. You feel me?
Yeah.
The week I'm going is a little,
a little cheaper. Yeah.
The week after, everything going up 50%.
Yeah,
come on,
easily.
A bottle of water, $20. Come on, you feel me? But yeah, we want to thank everybody for riding with us because you know what I mean. Shit, we feed off y'all. We're nothing without y'all. You know what I'm saying? We love our fans. We hope y'all love us too. Make sure y'all always tap in, like, share, subscribe, tell somebody about us, you know what I'm saying? We want to be one of the top rated Browns podcasts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and not just Browns football, sports podcast, you feel what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? We talk about the Browns, we talk about the NFL, but we all over around sports guys, you feel me?
Right. And hopefully we hit you with a new show. Some new content.
Yeah, we might be doing some like shit, like some strip poker shit or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, dog. I ain't sure poking. But get some new content rolling.
Yeah, and not the kind of content that y'all be talking about. Like, we ain't creating that kind of content.
I mean, if they want to watch on OnlyFans, they're more than welcome to pay to watch.
We ain't creating that kind of content.
I mean, you all want to pay to
what I'm
watch. We'll gladly accept.
But if y'all
payments.
subscribe for $3.99 a month, y'all can see me butt ass naked every day.
Buy me a cup of coffee
with this same Browns beanie on every morning. You feel me? Rolling up woods with morning wood.
All right,
but yeah, thank y'all
though.
so much. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. And like I said, we going to finish this thing strong. Even though the Browns ain't in, we're going to carry us through the Super Bowl. We're going to end up with we might even have to do 2 because we're going to talk about who won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You feel me? To be honest,
okay.
We're going to talk about who made it. And we're going to talk about who won it. So we got at least 2 more shows for y'all before the offseason kicks in and before next you know training camp and everything will be here. And we might probably going to rock y'all through training camp. I actually like training camp. You know how I am. You know I'm a training camp junkie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when all the real stuff be hitting. You feel me?
Yeah,
all the roster cuts and all that shit. You know, I fuck with training camp heavy. Okay. So, but yeah, Kennel Talk here to stay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tap in, let somebody know about us. We're gonna be trying to be one of the top rated Browns podcasts and one of the top sports ones. Let's go. Let's run this shit up in 2024, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
All of them.
30. A little 30. Yeah. Park 30. I popped 30. I didn't though. I don't even pop Tylenol.